Thank you, Coach. I will start, then I remember the question. Yeah, of course, there are a few different players in this campaign, but I think this is normal, this is logical, and it's also good because we have a few young lads, people are making their debut like Matthew did. And just, yeah, we just spoke about it. It's good that players adapt to our system, our way of training, our way of playing, because then they are prepared for next games, for next camps. So that's from March to now, and from now to the next month, and so far on. So I think it's good for the group that we have also different players and also young lads in it, because they can adapt. But that means also like we as older players and senior players and the big group can help them to get close to our style of playing. So I think it's a positive development. So yeah, that's how I look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, with Mozambique, it's an African nation. They have a very specific style of play, transitional, high pace. So we have to be ready for what is going to come, which is a little bit of chaos. I think that's what we've seen in the last game against Oman, a very direct team. So we've been playing with quite a high line, we've been committing numbers forward, so it's going to be a good test of being able to get that balance right of, you know, going for the jugular and trying to get goals and improving our attacking, but keeping the discipline of our defensive transition and just knowing that one ball in behind is going to be a problem for us because of the pace. So I think it's a good test for us because, you know, at times against Oman we did commit numbers and we showed that discipline, but we'll have to repeat that. And I think we will have more of the ball, we'll have a chance to attack a lot. So it'll be interesting to see if our players can concentrate and again keep another clean sheet. That will be critical for this match. And I like what Joey said. I mean, I think they'll come with a different style of play. They changed their system 3 times in the game against Oman. So we've got to be ready to adapt to that. We were working on that today and hopefully it can translate in the game. Yeah, just in, again, precautionary, we're on a return to play with him. So we'll see. I think tomorrow is always a new day. We always try and give on these international windows players as much time as possible to show their readiness. Today we give him a full recovery day. Tomorrow we'll check on his availability. And again, I think we'll make a selection that's best for the team. The one word that's important for me in this camp is consistency. You know, we only have 2 more windows before FIFA windows, before AFC, and we have to get guys playing together. We have to build chemistry, we have to build rhythm. You know, it's important that players do get that repetition. So, you know, this window is a little bit about experimenting, but it's more for me about consistency. We've got guys that through their professional career have earned the right to start games. You know, Joey here, who's, you know, sealed promotion for his club this year. You know, I don't need to rotate those players. It's important that they start to get consistency in the starting 11 and get used to playing our system, our style of play with other players that have earned that right.
Thank you, Coach. Yeah, I will start again. Yeah, I think we played a full game together, Ivan and me, and that was, in my opinion, quite comfortable. As I found it on the pitch. So we had a good feeling in half-time, also after the game. I think that's logical if you win a game. But you need to be critical as well if you see the clips after. Of course we have a good chemistry, but there are also some parts like we had to do better. That's a really tactical story, but sometimes we had to stay closer to each other, sometimes wider, sometimes connect more with the defense, or we have to get the front players closer to us. So yeah, the chemistry will grow, but I think the basics are good to play together, and that can be also with other midfielders. But for this game, yeah, we did well, I think, but there's always room for improvement, and that's how we look at it together as well. So yeah, let's hope we can bring it on a higher level soon.
Yeah, your question around Kevin Dix, Donny Tree. I mean, Kevin is one of those hybrid players. He can play left centre back, right full back, right wing back. So at the moment, he's been in the positions where we felt we needed to fill. We needed to have quality and strength. As you're aware, we have a wealth of centre backs. You know, from Rido to Alkin to Justin Hubner to Matthew Baker to Jay Isders to Mies Hilgers. I mean, we've got so many centre backs and defenders. It's important to then expand the repertoire of certain players. So Kevin, you know, might not play wing back in the Bundesliga, but in AFC he could be one of the best wing backs in AFC. I mean, that's realistic for him, and certainly his statistics were the best in the team, believe it or not, in certain attacking elements. So, you know, really happy with what Kevin Dix brings every single game. There's a professionalism, there's quality, and he has the ability to adapt in game and across games and positions. And Donny Tree, you know, Donny again, he's growing in. He's a young player. He's growing into his international jersey. Every time he's had an opportunity, he's came into the game with a mentality to create something. I keep talking about profiles. I'm very clear on what the profiles look like for wing backs, inside forwards, wide centre backs, hybrid wide centre backs, hybrid wing backs. So as long as you fit the profile, you get a chance to play, and we're learning more about Donny Tree every time he plays. Whether it's being left wing back, right wing back, he's shown he's got the flexibility to operate on both sides of the field, which, you know, I think that's exciting. So yeah, he's definitely growing into an international role, and I think in the future he'll be pushing to push a starting spot for AFC. I think he's putting a lot of, you know, senior guys on notice now. It's exciting to see.